suggested floor plan. They suggest, no, not 3 bedrooms, but 7. We are now passing beneath the Columbus Drive Bridge. This is where we begin to dye the Chicago River green on St. Patrick's Day. We have 40 pounds of a bright orange powdered vegetable dye that goes into our river. It is all designed organically to not hurt or harm the ecosystem, although no extensive tests have ever been done. Upon mixing with water, that orange powder turns a bright Shrek neon green color, with 40 pounds of it will last in the main branch here about 3 or 4 days. On your right-hand side is NBC Tower, home to Channel 5 News and a 4-story production facility designed to pay direct homage to 30 Rockefeller Center in New York City. Across the street from that, though, the short little building here, this is the downtown campus for the University of Chicago. We call this the Gleacher Center. It opened up in 1993, designed by Dirk Lohan. He was the grandson of Mies van der Rohe. Dirk Lohan put into the building 13 classrooms. All 13 classrooms are in the back, and as we pass, you will notice they don't have windows on them. We caught a lot of heat for that. Chicago said, "Hey Dirk, what's your damage? It's a good location on the river. Don't you want the view of the city from the classrooms?" He said, "No, those are classrooms. Students in there have no business looking out windows at the view. They should be busy, paying attention to their teachers." And he actually might be onto something. Today, the University of Chicago is heavily recognized as being one of the top 20 universities in the nation, heavily recognized for also having one of the best economics programs in the nation. Up next on your right, behind the warm yellow glow of our Apple Store, we have the neo-Gothic design for Tribune Tower. Tribune Tower there is a result of a competition. The prompt simply said to design the most beautiful office tower in the world. Of more than 250 entries, that's the winner. New York firm Hood & Howells in this neo-Gothic design. As I mentioned, the top is heavily modeled after Butter Tower, part of the Cathedral of Rouen in Normandy, France. While it was designed to be the most beautiful office tower in the world, it can no longer hold that title, because a few years ago it was emptied out. It underwent extensive amounts of renovation and restoration to be turned into luxury condominiums. The 1 bedroom in that building began on the market for $800,000. Prices then capped out between $7.4 million and $7.8 million, respectively, for one of their 2 4-bedroom penthouses. On your right, over the bridge, here is home sweet home for Wendell Boats, the Wrigley Building, 1919 to 1924. Clock Tower, modeled after La Irada Tower in Sevilla, Spain. This was the very first major structure we built north of our river. First one we had illuminated at night, was also the first in Chicago to, God bless, have air conditioning. You guys just take it all in stride, aren't you? It's like 100 degrees outside, 90% humidity. He said, that's fine. I'm like, it's like walking through a baked potato. We had it like a month ago. I was full. Ugh, I hate that stuff. My mom calls that weather soupy. Soupy. Gotta swim through the air. You guys don't give a crap. Okay, as we pull into the dock, though, I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Up above us, I could probably take off my sunglasses. I can't see anything. Up above us, we have the Michigan Avenue Bridge. Michigan Avenue runs into the south bank of the Chicago River over there, where it quickly intersects with Wacker Drive. The intersection of Michigan Avenue and Wacker Drive is marking the spot for where our first fort once stood. In 1803 was marking the spot for Fort Dearborn. Now Fort Dearborn's not there anymore, of course, it would be in the way, but if you head back to that intersection of Michigan Avenue and Wacker Drive, you will find labeled brass plates embedded into the sidewalks outlining where a part of Fort Dearborn once stood. From just this fort to an incredible rail hub of the United States, we were called the gem of the Midwest. We were a city built out of wood. When we burned down in the Great Chicago Fire, it was global news. The world thought we would never again rebuild, but we did. And when we did it bigger and better than ever. I'm happy to call Chicago my home. I'm happy you guys chose Wendell today to give me this opportunity to share a little bit of my home with you. I hope you learned something. I hope you laughed. And we hope to see you guys again. My name is John. I was your tour guide. I will be the first one off the boat and down the ramp. So any of you guys out there with a last minute question, comment, concern, accolade, praise, what have you, I will be accepting that gratitude. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge. Accept gratitude both in hand and via Venmo and Cash App QR codes at the end of the ramp. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Head out there, take care, and enjoy the rest of your time in my beautiful home, Chicago. Thank you. Okay, now the boring stuff. As you pull into the dock, I have two announcements here. We're getting close to later in the night, so I know a lot of you guys are going down and doing drinks and stuff. If you do have an if you have an alcohol, roaming a river. If you guys have an alcoholic drink in your cup, hold it into the air. Cheers. Chug it or chuck it. You cannot take alcohol off this boat. You guys all